You are now tuned in to the Coach V Show, where iron sharpens iron. Now here's your host, Coach V.
Welcome to the Coach V Show. Thank you so much for tuning in. It is Mana Motivation Monday, June 10th, 2019. The Coach V Show is your station for personal and professional development with expert insights and interviews to help you, me, and we become the best we can be. Where iron sharpens iron, together we rise on Island Block Radio, the pulse of the Pacific, where paradise lives. I am your host, Coach V. And it is the Coach V Show's focus on bringing you powerful and transformational content, knowledge, and proven tactics to help you, me, and we improve on our self-confidence, develop our potential and talent, increase our value and business opportunity, and the realization of our dreams and aspirations. Today, I am covering Phase 3 of the Coach V LifeChampion series, The Heart of a Champion. The heart of a champion is the essence of what I call being a life champion. It contains the love, passion, compassion, and empathy that binds the individual and their teams to their purpose. Look up this word cardia. Kardia is the word used in old school writing. And it is the word for heart. Your heart is where your purpose dwells, and your purpose for you, me, and we is what you, me, and we were created for or choose to be. Passion is the power that drives that purpose. The beat of the heart is the action to the rhythm that pumps the blood throughout the body. As the heart pumps blood in our physical body to all its organs and limbs, the heart of a champion beats and is the action. We're talking about action that pumps life into our dreams, hopes, and aspirations. The three life lessons of a heart of a champion are discipline, respect, and commitment. Let's start with discipline. Its definition from the dictionary states that is control gained by enforcing obedience or order, orderly or prescribed content or pattern of behavior. Punishment is historically the first use of the word discipline, but that's not what the heart of a champion is about. We understand that there are consequences, but when we talk about the word definition, here are some synonyms to really stir your heart, mind, and soul to really gauge and focus on how it is that I use, engage, and train with this word discipline. To teach, instruct, educate, train, discipline, school, mean to cause to acquire knowledge or skill. To teach applies to any manner of imparting information or skill so that others may learn. Taught as us lot about our planet. Instruct suggests methodical or formal teaching. Instructs raw recruits in military to drill or to educate. Implies development of the mind. We're talking about discipline here. More things than formal school serve to educate or person. Train stresses instruction or drill with a specific end in view. Trained foreign pilots to operate new aircraft. Discipline implies training in habits of order of precision. A disciplined mind school implies training. We're talking about discipline. Implies training or disciplining, especially in what is very hard to master. Life training discipline that corrects and molds the daily activities and behaviors of an individual or group, the impact of which positively increases probability for success, or that the negative consequences that forge future actions and behavior. So discipline to me is this training and consistency, also known in the personal and professional development realm, which I do feel, as I am an expert and I speak in over 20 plus industries, that discipline is also equal to or defined as daily activities and behavior. Development of time investment demanded by our individual success to discard behavior, people, and all aspects of life when we no longer need them. Here's a Coach V quote as we're talking about the heart of a champion. This is phase 3 of my Life Champion series, Life Lessons That Yield Championship Results. And as we're talking about discipline, here's a quote that parallels. And I used to train in 20 plus industries about discipline: to do what needs to be done, do what you should do what you have to do, though you may not want to do it, to get what you need and want, and don't do what you shouldn't. And as we're talking about simplifying, that's a huge aspect of what it is that I teach and train on in terms of discipline is, if it don't fit, cut it. Meaning if it doesn't fit your dreams, hopes, and aspirations, cut it. Which I also term and talk about constantly in terms of discipline and cutting out the things in your life to make room for what it is that you, me, and we should be focusing on is addition by subtraction. Write that down, right? Addition by subtraction. And here's an aspect that I talk about each and every day, that I'll also talk about this aspect of cutting out of your life what it is that may be cluttering your life, or those drama relationships in you, me, and we, in our lives, so that we can really focus on the things it is either that we're called to be or that we choose to be in life, leadership, and business. It's trash day. See, trash is something that has no value, is broken, creates clutter, contains the debris from vegetative growth, and needs to be discarded regularly. The trash in our neighborhood here in Elk Grove, California, where it is that I live, is picked up once a week on Friday. Each week we roll our trash and recycle containers out to the curb for pickup. The green containers for the cans, bottles, and any other recyclables. And the gray waste container is specifically for vegetation, leaves, grass, and shrubs. The recycle and vegetation containers are picked up every other week. The trash container, though, is collected every week. During the fall, the vegetation waste container should be picked up every week. That's what I think, because the leaves and stuff that are going on, I feel totally cluttered because I have over 17, 18 trees on my property, my wife and I. But the schedule remains the same, so I must match and or adjust my schedule of raking and scheduling so that the leaves don't pile up all over the place. And there is a process and a schedule to discard and or refuse. What we bring into our homes must eventually be discarded as well. Similarly, what goes into our bodies must be processed and eventually come out. Growth and excess in our lives should be trimmed and maintained. We must take out the trash of our personal lives, within our spirit and our souls, our negative emotions and beliefs, which need to be discarded, such as self-doubt, fear, anxiety, and anger as well. Those life items need to be managed and trimmed back so that they don't grow out of control. Therefore, we become out of control. If they are left unattended to, they clutter you, me, and we, our lives. Cover the beauty and take up the room that should be for what's important in our lives. Also, as we're talking about clutter and discarding those things that have no longer any value, that we term as trash in our lives, in our houses, in the backyard, front yard, or within our heart, mind, and souls, sometimes, and most of the time, even for me, relationships and people have to be discarded. Because either they are negative or you, me, and we have simply outgrown them. Every relationship or person is not meant to be a permanent fixture in our lives, much like excess refuse. If you keep it and hold on to it for a long period of time, it will spoil, create clutter, or decrease in value. If it does any of those three, trash it. If it does the opposite and causes growth, clears your space, gives you peace, or increase in value, keep it. Sometimes we become attached, or at least I do, to what needs to be tossed out of our lives, both metaphorically, internally, and physically. But how do you know if you need to toss it? I mean, I think about it as this. I mean, I just tossed just last week, a college football sweater that I haven't worn in a decade. Man, I love that it says number 5. I rep number 5 for UC Davis on the football field. But, man, I haven't worn that thing in over 10 years. So hey, if you haven't worn it for a while and you don't even remember that you had it, it might be time to consider it to trash that. That it no longer has value or no longer adds the value, whether it's something that is an emotional connection that connects you with other people. If it's clutter, to become who it is that we're called to be, we must make space in our lives and toss it. And if it doesn't fit, cut it. In our modern living, we are always trying to do more, get more, have more, and be in more places and do more projects than we actually can handle. If there is anything, anyone, any relationship, any vices, or any aspects that detracts you, me, and we from our dreams, hopes, and aspirations, cut it. Do not just cut it into a slice but we need to just cut it out. This will cut out the clutter and allow you, me, and we to focus. Decrease the drama by cutting out relationships that drag you, me, and we down, cause you, me, and we to get emotional, and cause you, me, and we to not become what it is that we're called to be or what we choose to be. Though it may sound and look easy, know that, and a lot of us do know this, that's why we won't quit it or cut it out, is because cutting will be the hardest thing you, me, and we have ever done. If you've known that person or had that vice or object for a long time, it will be difficult because it has grown to become part of who we are. Cutting it is not like taking a piece of paper and using scissors to trim what's not needed and placing what is needed into our life puzzle. No, this cutting is more like surgery. We're talking about discipline. If it doesn't fit, cut it with an actual scalpel. Metaphorically speaking, it's like cutting into your flesh through your skin. It will hurt. You, me, and we will bleed. You'll need time to heal, and the rehabilitation, meaning you're going to need some time to rehab, will be a challenge. But you will be, me and you. And we will be better than you've ever been. Once it is cut out, you'll be more functional. You'll need time to rest, heal, and recover from the prescribed surgery. Yes, you've undergone addition by subtraction. Let me say that again. You've undergone addition by subtraction by cutting out the people, places, and vices that don't fit your dreams, hopes, and aspirations. But just as important, make room for you. We're talking about discipline. Or as I say, if it doesn't fit, cut it. Life training that corrects and molds the daily activities and behaviors of an individual or group. We're talking about discipline. The impact of which positively increases probability for success and negative consequences, because we don't always win. We don't always succeed. That forges future actions and behaviors, meaning it trains us. Or as I say, discipline. Do what needs to be done. Do what you should do. Do what you have to do, though you may not want to do it, to get what it is that you need, you, me, and we need and want, and don't do what you shouldn't. You're listening to the Coach V Show. Thank you so much. I really appreciate all of you tuning in where iron sharpens iron. Together we rise on Island Block Radio, the pulse of the Pacific, where paradise lives.
Coach Viliami Tuivai. Coach V Show.